All right, like any good story, mine starts in central Illinois. When I worked for a company in Peoria, and I was doing system administration. I worked on Linux servers and AIX servers and stuff like that, and I quickly learned that I actually didn't like system administration that much. I liked making system administrators better at what they were doing. And so I transferred with that company to another company, actually the same company. They're on 2120 West End Avenue. I won't tell you who it is, but that's where I worked for a while as well. And I was working, trying to make teams better, trying to improve their lives, trying to build systems that would help system administrators be better systems administrators. So I knew a lot about the tech, but I was way more interested in moving the people forward and making them better at their job. And so people started talking to me like, are you going to go into management or are you going to be technical? And I just stopped and I was like, why the hell is this a question? Like, why do I have to be a manager or be technical? Why can't I just make people better at their jobs? Why can't I help with that problem? That's the problem I care about. And the management philosophy at this company was that people were interchangeable. Like a cap on a pen, I could swap it around to anywhere I wanted. If I was a manager, I might manage systems for a while, I might manage ERP after that, I might manage a factory floor assembly line after that. And I was like, well, that's kind of not my thing, so I'm going to change jobs. So I went to Puppet in Portland and started working there. Now, going from a company of 100,000 people to 35 people, there's some changes. I had to figure out what I was going to do, and I was like, hey, I want to write a bunch of code, I want to be an engineer, but I also want to be a manager because I want to lead some people. And they were like, cool, we don't have many of those, that sounds great. I wanted to take the system down from the inside, so I was going to be a manager. I didn't want to be a chief buck passer or a blame stormer. I wanted to actually just lead some people and do it right. So that's what I did. So who am I? I'm Mike Stahnke. I've done some things on the internet and with open source. I wrote a book a while back. If you buy it, I still get royalties. If you hand me $1, I get more. Sysadvent, I help organize. I founded Apple. If you use RHEL and CentOS systems, I was one of the people that founded that. But what I really like to do, like from a technical perspective, is I like building and shipping software. I like testing, building, shipping, pipelines, packaging, all of it. The operational side of engineering. That's my favorite thing. So that's what I work on. I run the team that does it at Puppet. From like a people side, I love growing teams. My team was one person when I got there. We're 38 today. So that's a good size. I've grown some things. I also love chatbots. Those are things I work on constantly. So back to this question about management or technical. Well, why don't we have both? Why is it always you can only be good at one or the other? I'm still not sure. So I'm going to talk about the things I've learned doing both. One is management needs to be automated. And how do you automate it? Well, it's about setting expectations. When you automate anything, you have to know the process before you write it down and automate it and write code for it. My workers need to understand how to interact with me. I need to have clear expectations up front. I have a whole article written on how you work for me. The other thing is people come first. If I have a choice between crashing some code and helping some people, the people are going to come first 100% of the time. They care. The computer will just no-op. It's cool. It's cool with it. It doesn't care. So I like to build things. I need to make sure that the people that work for me or work in my area are very clear on priorities every time. If they don't have context, I haven't done my job. So I deliver context, and sometimes I deliver pull requests. That's okay. Computers do exactly what you tell them to. People, unfortunately, don't. Because they can misunderstand, they might not have context, they might just not care. There's a lot of good reasons they don't. And when that doesn't go well, I go back to the command line because finally I have control over something. That commit will actually work. The computer does work. When you're doing technical work with a team, you better check your title at the door. I'm a director of engineering. My technical choices are not better than the engineers that work under me. Doesn't mean I won't collaborate with them, but I do not get a final say of, I'm a director, damn it, here's why we're doing this. That's bullcrap. Don't put yourself on a critical path. Like, I can't say, yeah, I'll do these 5 tickets before we ship next Tuesday. I don't know what's going to happen. If one of my people has a family emergency, I need to help them. My people come first. I've said that already. I'll say it again. So what is technical work anyway? Sometimes I do process architecture. Sometimes I'm working on release management. Should this ship in this part of the week or later in the week or in a different part of the month? Is that technical or is that management? I don't even know. I don't even care. It's a thing that's got to get done and I'll take care of it. The other thing you really need to do is provide a career path. When people say, when I grow up, I want to be an individual contributor, they don't mean it. What they want is they want growth, they want opportunity, they want more opportunity for advancement, responsibility, and more money. I can help with that because I understand both sides of that equation. And as a leader, I get to foster the culture that I want in my area. That's what I want to help with. I don't want to be a crappy manager. I've worked for those people. So I hopefully, by understanding the work those people do, can be the leader they want to be, and that's why I don't think you have to make this choice. I think you can do both.